Welcome, everyone. Welcome back to the Yo Hear Me Out podcast. This is episode number 21 of the podcast. I'm Avery here with my co-host Leland. What's up, cuz? How you doing, man?
What up, cuz? What's going on with you, bro? Another week,
man. Exciting week. I know we were just talking. I had some stuff that happened to me this week, though, man. Or not stuff that happened, more so.
Okay, tell me what's good.
Well, I got to MC a wedding for the first time, actually, on Sunday. So
really.
Yeah, it's funny because I was actually thinking about it randomly. I was thinking about it and I told it to Latanya. I was like, man, you know what? I want to MC a wedding because one of my good friends, Kojo, who you know as well, I went to a few weddings where he was the MC, not the pastor, but the actual like hype man, bringing people out in the reception and stuff. And so a friend asked me like 2 weeks ago if I would MC their wedding on Sunday. And so I did it, man. It was stressful though. I ain't gonna lie. I was definitely
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, wait, that sounds crazy, bro. That sounds stressful for real. Like
It was stressful, man. It was stressful, but it was still fun. It was more so stressful because I'm like, all right, like when y'all want me to do this. So I had to do announcements at the beginning of the service and also for the reception. So at the beginning of the service, I gave a lot of announcements and stuff. Okay, let me tell you the other stressful part too. I was also like the DJ too. So that's also what made it stressful too. So I was playing the music.
Wait. Did you get paid?
No, I didn't get paid, but it was slight. So it was a small wedding. It's probably maybe like 60 people there. Pretty small wedding. I mean, you know, hey, they might see this joint. It could have, but I was happy to do it. So basically, they gave me a playlist of songs. Shout out Brandon and Sharina. They got married. They gave me a list of songs to play for the wedding itself. So they're like, okay, before the wedding starts, it was like 7 songs. Loop these 7 songs. I was like, got it. All right, when we walk down the aisle, we want this song. All right, cool. And then when they left, I mean, I guess kind of the DJ, they were like, all right, when we're leaving, we want this song, no problem. And then for the reception, I played all the music. So I guess it's like 3 hats, like a host.
And then when he just go slide that in, the whole time when people was dancing, I had to make that jump.
Hold on, that's the thing. There was actually no dancing at this wedding. There was no dancing, so the music was kind of just in the background.
It was just ambiance music, like
but it still was for the money though, because you got to think about like walking down the aisle and stuff, and beforehand, that's the real deal, son.
No, this is somebody's special day, bro. Like that's not nothing. That's impressive, cuz.
Yeah, but it was fun, man. Overall, it was fun, but definitely was a little stressful, but not too much. Though.
That sounds like a lot of stressful to me, cuz
it was still fun though. I did feel important though. So I mean, I'm up at the front of the stage. Hey, yo, listen, they guess asked for no pictures. They asked for, you know what I'm saying? I'm like literally
give Avery his respect. He the man up there.
Yeah, kinda, yo. So it was fun.
That's
though,
crazy,
man.
bro. That
was my week though, man. That was my week.
That's man. Listen, I like it, bro. It's like you you just expanding your gifts, your talents. You know what I'm saying? I know we talked about, didn't we? I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast, but we talked about like stand up, like
yes. Like so guys, the listeners, that's a goal of mine. Actually, man, that's a goal of mine. I want to do some stand up. I don't know how good I'll be. I think I'm naturally funny. If you guys keep listening, there will be some jokes throughout the podcast.
Yeah.
But stand up is different too, though. It's going to be tougher. But I do want to, on my bucket list, I do want to do stand up. But just like I said, I wanted to MC a wedding, and so I got that checked off. But that just came on my bucket list, and then as soon as it came on, it got checked off. Like literally a few days after they asked me randomly, son.
Hey, so salute to you, son, for wanting to do that. That ain't me, cuz I'm trying to like, yo, that's way too stressful for me. Oh, you messed it up. You supposed to say that, man. Look, you know what?
That's facts. But see, that's why too. I downloaded the songs beforehand. And bro, I kind of felt like the man a little bit. Listen, we'll sidebar that. We got some good topics for y'all to get into.
Bro, we got crazy good topics.
A lot of good topics.
Yeah, I don't know. For everybody that's in, it's crazy. We still getting new followers every day. So for the people that don't know, man, we appreciate you guys coming here. We do this every week.
Yep.
As always, every week we also get into some would you rather questions. We have like a little debate about which one we'd rather pick, and so for sure. Ashley, my wife, she's here. She's got us set up for some would you rather questions, so we're gonna get into those now.
And also too, we're also going to get into, you see the thumbnail title. We're definitely going to talk about the NBA Finals right after Would You Rathers. But if you want some of that funny content, here's about to come your way. We're going to talk about NBA Finals. We're going to talk about Skip and Shannon as well. And so stick around for that. But even these Would You Rather questions are good.
For sure.
All right. So the first Would You Rather is, would you rather have the power of invisibility, but you can only use it for 1 hour a day, or have super strength, but only when you're hungry?
This is good. And actually, I misread this before. I thought it said invincibility. And I was like, invincibility is super strength. They about the same thing. But I was like, all right, let's go with it.
No.
Now this is better. This is better when
That's what I'm saying. When I seen it, I was like, oh no, man, the nuance of this is gonna be kind of crazy though.
You didn't see invincibility when you saw it? You saw invisibility?
I saw invisibility.
Okay, this makes more sense. Go ahead.
What you think? Really what made me like cue in on it is when it was like when you're hungry.
You know what? Actually, that's not bad. Let me tell you, man. As a bigger guy, I might be leaning that way. I'm still trying to think of it now, but let me tell you.
No. Like, okay, all right. So there's two things you got to ask, right?
Mm-hmm.
So one is the powers,
okay,
and then it's the like the nuance to the power,
okay.
like how you can use it. Is invisibility better than super strength?
Nah, not really. I don't think so. I wouldn't think so. What you think? Here's the thing with invisibility.
Okay, go ahead.
I feel like you can really, if you try to do something underhanded and sneaky, that's the one you want, an invisibility. Like you can't really be on the up and up at all with invisibility, But if you're trying to see what people are doing and creep, that's invisibility for you, sir.
And you only get for 1 hour a day. I mean, I guess what you're saying is that even if you're trying to do something, let's say you're trying to be a villain, let's just keep it like that.
You can be a villain in 1 hour. You can be a villain in 1 hour. Yeah.
You can be a villain. You can be a villain in 1 hour, but you can be hungry and be a villain for a long time. That's super true. Crazy.
But here's the thing, man. Listen, I'm a foodie, man. I didn't get to this house for no reason. I love eating, man. So the thing is, so that's why I said it could be. I was getting there. It could be a good thing if I take that thing, because then I gotta like always be hungry or just barely eat, because I would want access to that strength.
What you gotta always be hungry? What you need super strength all the time for?
I would just want it, son. I would just want that super strength. So, because
I have the ability, I need that.
But here's what I'm saying. If I gotta be hungry, bro, I gotta just be almost there. You talked about a few episodes ago. You guys can go listen back. We talked about like basically, would you rather have, was it like teleportation or like billions of dollars or something? And you talked about like
episodes back.
There's a lot of episodes back. You guys go check it out. And one thing you said, Leland, in that episode was basically if you have the ability to teleport, you can just like, you don't have to worry about anything. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking about it the same way with like super strength, because usually super strength and invincibility kind of, usually people be having both. If you're like really strong, that means something basic not gonna phase you. So I would always want to feel protected in that sense. And so then I kind of just be walking around here hungry a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot, bro. So all right, this is the real question. How, if you eat, how soon after are you hungry?
For me, for me,
we're right for real. Like, think about it though. Like, what do they consider hunger? Like, are we talking about like I ate an hour later? If I'm hungry, like, are you just greedy hungry, or are you talking about like your actual body's?
Okay, let's do the actual, like a little bit of a pain. When you get the hunger headache. So that, because it's true, you might eat in 2 hours later, like, oh man, son, hour and a half later, but
more.
But yeah, but hungry, you're not really hungry. So let's say it has to be like more than that, where you start maybe. You're on a verge of a hunger headache. But the thing is, and you fasted before leaving for a long time. You can like go through levels of it. So even if it's been 7 hours since you ate and you start feeling hungry, at one point it goes away, and you know what I'm saying, and you get back hungry again later.
That's what I'm saying. Like that, this is a really weird question, because I don't think it's as consistent as you might think. And so while we both agree that having super strength is a better overall power, like the fact that you can only do it when you're hungry, unless they really specify, it's not that consistent. Like, because that's what I'm saying. Like, I fast a lot. I intermittent fast most days. I don't even eat usually until 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, but sometimes I'm not hungry. Like, where does the actual hunger? Like, your body, like you said, we bigger guys. Like, our body's feasting all day.
True. Are
we really hungry? Like that would be my only nuance.
I would say this. I still would classify it as, if you hadn't eaten in like 12 hours, 13 hours, even though if you don't feel hungry, I would still give you the access to super strength though.
Okay. So you're saying if you've gone, let's just say 8 hours plus?
Yeah, 8 hours plus, 9 hours. Yeah.
8 hours plus without eating.
Then you can have access to that.
Then you can have access to super strength. And then as soon as you eat, it's over.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why I'd always be like, or I'll just be eating a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm eating a little bit.
You eat a little cracker, like, yo, That might make you stronger. So honestly, tell me that don't make you hungrier.
What's that?
I was actually going to say this. I was like,
that's
some
true.
things, there are things that, like chewing gum, for example, they actually scientifically triggers a response, tells your body you're eating, but you're not. It makes you a little bit more hungry. Like, it could be some ways to hack that joint. You chewing gum all day, you just ate. It don't matter, man. It don't matter.
You know, like Popeyes ate the spinach can and got hungry.
Yeah, exactly.
You go there, you eat a Ritz cracker, and even I'm really hungry. I'm really hungry now.
You got appetite boosters, so you get the munchies, you start getting strong for no reason. That's crazy.
Yeah. But I think I'm gonna take that one because, like, you could just really creep with the invisibility, bro. Like, if this wasn't a podcast recorded, you know, actually even still, all you could do is creep and do like watch people, listen on people. You know what I'm saying? That's really all
you can do is say.
Bro, what else you gonna do for invisibility that's positive?
Positive.
There's nothing. It's just creep, son. You gonna creep?
You just a villain off the rip, son. You like
or a peeping Tom, son. You a peeping Tom. You know? I'm not
you a villain or a peeping Tom. That's your only two options.
You'll be in a boss office listening, so you'll be standing in the corner listening. Oh yeah, let me see what they talk about. So, you know what I'm saying?
You could be a spy, bro. You know what I'm saying? You could work for the CIA, son. You could.
You could be a crazy part
that hour, son. The hour, don't get caught up somewhere, son.
Yeah,
the hour run out on you, it's over, son. You're caught.
What movie was that? Oh, that was the. I don't know if you saw it. Did you see that Buzz Lightyear movie?
Nah.
They had a scene in that movie where it actually wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It wasn't as good as Spider-Man. Check that out last week, guys. It definitely wasn't as good as that Spider-Man movie. If y'all haven't seen that, son, really, really phenomenal movie. Check out our review last week on it too. But no, they had a scene where the guy was like, "Oh man, I forgot to tell him the invisibility cloak only lasts like 3 minutes." Like, oh snap! And so they were like creeping through, walking through somewhere, and then all of a sudden they all became visible in the middle of something. Like, yeah. And they was like, "Oh yeah, man, I forgot to tell you guys. Yeah, it's only 3 minutes."
Yeah, that's tough, man. That's tough. That's tough. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I think we both agree here, right?
For sure.
Super strength, even though when you're only hungry is the way to go. It's gonna be weird, but at least you can kind of schedule it. Like if you need to do something or you need to go out,
and here's the thing, you could just also only eat at nights, man. You talk about intermittent fasting. What if you only eat right before bed, and then the rest of the day when you wake up,
week at night, though, son. You might need that super strength the most when you're at home at night.
I don't know if you need a super strength, my boy. You got
hey yo, keep playing. You're gonna be out here like Samson, say like they gonna come in at night.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about normal people, man. If you gotta go to sleep, this would be a good time to eat. You know what I'm saying? Before you go to sleep. But yeah.
I got you, cuz. But yeah, all right, cool. So we agree. Super strength, only when you're hungry.
Okay.
So let's move on to the next one, baby. What you got for? What's our next? Would you rather?
All right, so would you rather have the ability to know the truth behind every conspiracy theory or know the outcome of every sporting event before it happens?
It's funny to know the truth behind the conspiracy theory might work well with the other power, son.
Which one, invisibility or super strength?
Yeah, you creeping the invisibility.
Creeping? Yeah. You in the corner? This time. Yeah. This is a good question, man. This is a good question. The thing I like about this, I guess I'm keep on referencing movies. Back to the Future. I know what was that, 2 maybe? I think it was 2. Back to the Future 2. Which also number 1 is one of my all-time favorite movies. And I know I've been saying 10 out of 10 a lot on here. That first one was a 10 out of 10 to me. That's one of my favorite all-time
movies.
It's
a cultural classic.
Really good. And dude, I watched it again like 3 years ago, and I still really enjoyed it, bro. I was like, oh, this is
the concept, and like I mean, even for that age, the concept.
Well, I guess it's not too much animation, but the special effects, I guess, was pretty good.
Very good, man. Nike Air Mags.
Ooh, those is clean, bro. Those is clean.
They still clean. I mean, they still going for tens of thousands of dollars, bro.
For sure. So, in Back to the Future 2. I'm not gonna be too much of a spoiler alert. Also, the movie's like 30 years old.
You can't, bro. It ain't no spoiler alerts for a 30-year-old movie because like there just ain't none. Son.
I got you. Well, at one point he goes in the future and then he grabs like a sporting book that had like the last 30 years of history, and when he goes back in the past, he has all this thing. He's able to amass a fortune. So that's the benefit of that. Which way you leaning, man? It seems like one way is riches. The other way is supreme knowledge, though, bro. There's some crazy conspiracy theories I hear.
What are you going to do by knowing them? Because like, what good is that going to do for you, bro?
Listen,
like, what do you actually want to gain from the conspiracy? Now I know. What?
Here's the thing. Some people always say we're not going to go into this all the way, but like, would you rather know all and be bitter, or like know nothing and be optimistic? Which one you taking?
Ignorance is bliss, bro. Honestly.
Okay, my standpoint too. But there are some people who would be like, you know what? Now I need to know, son. But it's true. What you're gonna actually do with said information now? We'd be like, yo, bro, it's actually lizard people running the government, like for real. Like,
it's aliens do exist. They've been holding it. They've been hiding it for a long time. Now what? And if you say something, you're gonna get murked. So,
or you're just gonna look mad crazy. You're gonna look mad crazy. So. Yeah, but if you had to, then so I think we're both leaning towards knowing every sporting event, because you could just, especially now the way things are going, bro. The little over under, the prize picks, all this stuff.
Oh no, yeah. The real question is like, is it an ability that you can turn on and off? That's always been my thing. Like, you know how they be like, you can read people's minds, but every time they show a movie, it's like sometimes you don't want to. And likewise with sports, you see what I'm saying?
Like, enjoy the actual sport. You're saying.
Yeah, it's like, bro, every outcome, like, you know it before it happens. Like, there's no way.
Let's say that you have to know everything, because if not, it's just like, okay, you want to be a billionaire, or you know what I'm saying? Because
enjoy sports. I want to enjoy sports.
Yeah, you can no longer enjoy sports essentially if you're going to know what's going to happen now. Like, it's like, bro, like I already know this game, this season, like, So
same thing too. That makes the first option even worse, because now I don't have the choice to learn the truth behind conspiracy theory. I have to know it.
What you mean?
Like,
have the ability to know? Well, this one says have the ability to know. But I think it's similar, though. I think they're similar.
Semantics.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. If you make it to where you don't have the option to like enable it, and it's just like information is known to you,
well, then you gotta choose the sports. Then I ain't trying to know everything and be freaked out.
That's what I'm saying. That's every time a conspiracy come across, you like, I know the answer.
I know the answer. They'll be like, bro, listen, we got 20 years on Earth left. That's it, son. They've already crunched the numbers. It's 20 years. That's crazy, son. That's crazy. You know what I mean?
That's crazy, bro. You don't want to know all that, son. Ignorance is bliss sometimes. And I can't do it.
Here's the thing about ignorance is bliss. I don't know if I said this already on the podcast, but here's why it is, bro. The only time ignorance is not bliss is when you're no longer ignorant. And so then it's no longer bliss. Follow me out, son. Hear me out.
Yeah, you're right. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly the point.
Say your spouse cheating on you or something like that. You walking through life chilling. Everything is good. And then people are like, oh, but what about when you find out? Now that I find out, guess what? I'm no longer ignorant. I'm not. Now I know she's cheating.
I'm informed. I'm mad. Informed. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a wrap now.
So like, that's crazy. What you don't know can't hurt you too much. Now, it's really almost everything. Like, okay, they'd be like, oh, what if you don't know that this happening? Listen, as long as you don't know,
you
can't be hurt by it. You can't be hurt by it, really. Now, what you could find out quickly, like somebody pull a gun and shoot you. You didn't know the gun was coming, but then for that little split second, you felt that pain. Like, oh yeah, I knew this. Dang, it's over for me. You know what I'm saying?
That's not good.
It's over for me, son. You know, you have a disease or something, you be like, man, I'm walking through life fine. You be like, hold on, I don't feel so good. That moment is the knowing, that split second. Oh, yeah, hold on. What's going on? Yo, what's going on?
Why are you holding your chest, bro?
I'm saying, bro.
Ain't nobody walking around. Oh.
Like, no, that can happen, bro. Like, say somebody's walking through and whatever happens, you could feel fine 1 second, and the next second, oh, snap, I don't feel so good. Matter of fact, one of my boys who is a doctor, he told me that's one of the telltale signs in the ER. He said, whenever somebody say in the ER, I don't feel too good, he said, take them extremely serious. Like something bad about to happen to them. And literally, he told a story. It was actually a cool story about a guy that ended up like dying, and they brought him back to life. But that's what he said right before he died. He was like, I don't feel too good, doc. And then he like died, and then they had to resuscitate him. So
that's crazy.
So when they say I don't feel too good, that's when you know, son, like, oh, I snap this. Hey, man, because it's just like, this ain't what
you've been living in this body for long enough to know that that's not how it's supposed to go.
Exactly. But listen, give me the sport events, man. We can run up this bag with the DraftKings.
We going crazy. Like, we might still get got for that too. Like,
Well, you can't win. See, the thing is, you just can't win everything. I just need a few hits. I just need a few parlays to hit right. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm out of here.
Really, you can strategically lose. It don't say you have to bet correctly. You know the outcome, but you can be like, on my light ones, I went down. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you have to, bro. I'm
only 60% right. Just so happened I bet big on the 60%. Like,
facts. That's it, man. That's it. So that's what you would do, man. So we're on the same page, man, with this one. I think it's a cool one. Speaking about sports as well, something that actually me and you both knew was coming. Speaking about knowing the outcome, what do we both say, son, in this NBA Finals? Denver and 5.
No, you right. Called it. Like, we called man, you know what? I thought about that yesterday too. I was like, bro, nail on the head, bro. I
never felt so confident about the finals, bro. I was like, okay. Actually, when the Warriors was going up against the Cavs too, I knew it was over, son. Once KD got there, I was like, it's over, son. But
there was two. They had too much.
Too much, man. I'm a big LeBron fan, man. Even that game 1 in 2018 when LeBron was going crazy, I was like, I didn't believe to the end. I was like, nah, I know he's cooking it out, but ain't no way we're gonna pull it out. And then of course they didn't pull it out. But yeah, we both called Denver in 5, man. What do you think about the championship, bro? What do you think about? What are your thoughts? Series, what you think?
It wasn't really that crazy, bro. I mean, like everything that happened is exactly like I expected it to.
Mm-hmm.
I knew Miami was going to be a tough fight. I knew they were going to try to bully him. I knew they were going to fight to the end. And every game they did. I mean, for the most part, they was not that far off. I was actually more impressed with how close some of the games were. Like, some of the games, even like last night, right? The last night game wasn't close, but it wasn't far at one point in time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, it still kind of got close to the end, man. It was kind of
I mean, I'm looking at score, was it 98? I mean, 89, 94. But there was a time like in the last couple minutes where Miami was either up or they were 1 point away. Like, they had the opportunity. Man, that was crazy, man. Jimmy Butler threw that ball away. I was like,
bro, here's the thing, man. I was kind of a little worried in this instance. Even though I picked Denver in 5, just like you, I thought for sure they just had too much size. Also, pulling for the Lakers this season, seeing what they did to the Lakers, I'm like, oh man, Jamal Murray and Jokic is too much. And they kind of cooled off low key. I feel like especially Murray had better series against the Lakers, and he still had a good series, man.
It's attrition, bro. Attrition. I mean, really, the finals is about attrition. Like, it's about endurance. It's an endurance thing. Like, you're not going to be as fresh. I mean, that was games ago, bro.
It's true. And like 2 weeks ago when that series happened, but from that series, I was like, man, this team is really tough, and especially the shot making, like, because Murray and Jokic were just hitting tough shots. I'm like, man, I don't think they'll have a way to stop that 1-2 punch. And they really didn't, man. Jokic was just too big. The way he was beasting AD, I knew Bam, it was gonna be cookies on Bam, man. I already knew that. I said, Bam ain't gonna be able to do nothing with this guy. And then even on the board,
AD is literally the most, probably the one NBA most premier defender, like in terms of
ability. He a little light though. I wouldn't want to see Jokic against Embiid. I feel like Embiid really is the only guy who probably can guard him in the league. Everyone else, either AD, he has good length, I guess, but he's still too light. Like at one point, you talked about that play that he hit against AD and what was it, Schroeder, at the end of game 4, where he just came down and like bumped both of them guys out the way and hit the leg. He's just too small.
Big body, bro.
Really, Embiid, I think, would really honestly be the only guy in the league I think that could actually guard him. And you're talking about one player out of the 450. So this guy's pretty much unstoppable. And even still, Jokic still might give Embiid work too. But I think I like Embiid's chances the most. But Bam is a good defender too, but he's just too undersized, bro. He's just too small and too light to guard Jokic. It was going to be too much, bro. It's going to be too much.
Yeah, I mean, they ate him up, bro. Ate him up the whole time, the whole game.
I got this. Go ahead.
No, I mean, like I'm saying, it won't nothing surprising to me, bro. Like everything I seen, probably the most surprising thing that happened was like how bad Michael Porter Jr. was.
Bro. These guys couldn't hit no shots.
Terrible, bro. Like they didn't even play him like 3 games. They didn't play him in the fourth quarter at all.
That's what I'm saying, bro. These same guys was cooking the Lakers from the 3 ball was cooking. I saw the stat yet last night that said they were 1 of 15 in the first half from 3, which is the lowest percentage in finals history, minimum 10 attempts. So, like, bro, all series, they couldn't buy no 3, and they still didn't matter. So my thing is, I was thinking if they had the 3 ball falling, like, because Murray was going crazy, and he's like a 40% career 3-point shooter. And so I'm thinking if Murray goes crazy offensively shooting, which he did really well, especially dishing the ball, assisting in it. But I was like, man, Miami, they might get beat in 4, but I'm gonna give them 5 out of respect. And that's
out of respect. Yeah. I thought it was, I originally said I thought it was gonna be the game 1. that they was going to lose. My Denver was going to use, and they were going to just sweep them right after that. And what ended up happening was game 2 they lost, and then they swept them right after that.
I got the numbers here on the finals too, man. So Jokic this finals, he averaged 30 points, 14 rebounds, 7 assists. Really great numbers on 58% shooting, 42% from 3. Murray averaged 21 and 10. Jimmy Butler had a down series, like we talked about, man. He had a down series. He averaged 21 points in the finals on 41% from the floor, 37% from the field. Bam, I guess, was the best player, but even he wasn't that great. He averaged 21.8 on 21 and 12. But you know, if the guy he's matching up against is going to give you 30 and 14 and 7, you getting beat pretty handily there. Yeah. And it's funny, man. I saw something this week. If you don't mind me, get a little nerdy here with the stats, man. A little nerdy with the stats. And I was like, snap, it made sense. So somebody mentioned something. There was a game Bam had. I wish I had it right now, but I think he had he had 28 points on 26 shots or something. One of those games where I think it was like 13 or 26, or like he pretty much didn't make any free throws. Maybe he had 26 points on 26 shots, something like that, right? And so his effective field goal percentage was 50%. And from the outside looking in, I was like, okay, that's kind of a good night still. He only shot 50%. But the thing is, if you look at like effective field goal percentage, which factors in like the fact that a 3 is worth more than a 2, or if you look at true shooting, it's actually kind of bad. Here's why, bro. If you're not getting to the line often, even though when somebody goes to the line, if you're shooting 2 free throws, right, and you're like an 80% free throw shooter, that's like on average like 1.5 points or so, somewhere around there, right?
Yeah.
Whereas if you're just shooting 50% from the field on every possession, you're just averaging 1 point. You see what I'm saying? So even though I was like, it's not that effective, you really got to get to the line to be effective or shoot really high. So even when Bam shot like 50%, and it was like, oh, he shot 50%, but when he didn't get to the line at all, to take like 26 shots to get 26 points is not a lot. It's not efficient, because if you take some of those as free throw attempts, you're going to be way higher in your like expected value each trip. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, wow, that's kind of, it made sense. I was listening to somebody, they said that, and I was like, yeah, that's true. That's true.
All that come down to this.
What up?
Bam and Jimmy not that good, bro. We said this already when we talked about the duos. I'm pretty sure we both had them at the bottom.
I think I did more so because of Bam. You listen, another thing too, Bam makes you grateful for AD, bro. I was watching that joint like, bro, I was kind of grateful for AD.
Okay, this is what I'm saying. Like, listen, look.
Yeah.
I don't know where Chris at. Chris is gonna be somewhere mad, but my friend is a Heat fan. But they not that good, bro. Like watching this stat line that you watch just made me more mad at the Celtics. Like it literally just made me more mad. I'm like, bro, like these are very mediocre. Like, I mean, they're all-star level players, but these are not like superstar.
They're not like top 10. I don't think Jimmy top 10. I know I was seeing some people saying Jimmy top 10, top 5 in the league.
Top 10, top 5 where?
A lot of people were saying top 10, bro, in the league when he was going on them runs. But my thing is this, and this is a conversation we actually had years ago, bro, when they first went to the finals against the Lakers in 2020. I was telling you the reason I don't think Jimmy Butler's top 10 is because you can't just have a hot few seasons, or not even a few seasons, a hot few games, and me elevate you over guys that's been doing it all 24. Because my thing is this is my logic. If the Heat, like this season, I think they were the 7th seed, but they ended up going to the 8th seed in the playoff tournament. If they are the 8th seed, that means there's a lot of games where if you, that guy, are there for the taking to win, but you don't. You see what I'm saying? Right. The great players, like you could just see a random game turn on. Oh man, he went for 48 tonight. Like you're not seeing Jimmy do that in a regular season. And so to me, that was enough, because it's not like if you're a really good guy, you don't even got to try sometime. I feel like you could just have a night where, bro, I'm just hot tonight, son. It just went crazy. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I don't think Jimmy was a top 10 player. He probably in that 10 to 15 range. And like you said, he just played. They played to that.
I don't know. I mean, Jimmy at this age, man, Jimmy is good. Jimmy's great at certain things. He's almost like a specialist. You know what I'm saying? Like I would consider Jimmy Butler like a specialist more than I would like a all around like superstar. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to like, hey, defensive possession, pacing, and being able to perform, sometimes in crazy moments, like he's like a specialist. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like grading somebody on their peak. Like let's say like J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith is crazy, but you're not going to grade J.R. Smith off a few peak games throughout the season and moments.
But that's the thing, though. His peaks is like top 5 in the league, though. Like what he did against the Bucks.
When he go crazy, go crazy.
His peaks is like up there with anybody, son. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Devin Booker scored 80
or 70. He scored 70. Yeah.
He scored 70. It's like what people are capable of and what they do consistently. It's got to be a blend of all of it.
100%, bro. 100%.
And I'm just mad. I'm just mad at that because I know I'm not saying that the Celtics would have won for sure, but I know for a fact, especially if Denver's shooting like that, I know for a fact it would have been a tougher series.
And that's why, listen, I was getting optimistic being the Lakers guy, more so the LeBron guy. Once the Lakers got past Golden State, I was like, hold on, if we can beat Denver, son. I like their chances against either team out east. I'm be honest with you, more than Denver. I was more scared of Denver than Boston or Miami. But then once Miami was up, I'm like, bro, if we can just get past Denver, it's a trip, my boy. What you talking about, son? If we can just make it past Denver.
That would have been facts, bro. It would have been facts, man. I mean, they could have did it, bro.
The other thing too is this, bro. I feel like the role players really struggled when they were going off against you guys, like Gabe Vincent, Max Struss, Duncan Robinson. Those guys came way back to earth this series too, son. But it was lights out all playoffs before then. They was going crazy, bro. They was going crazy into the finals. So I think it wasn't just that Jimmy didn't play well. Those other guys to me weren't nowhere near as good as they were in the postseason before.
I'm glad you brought that up, bro, because I said this early on, and this is why I felt like Boston had a prime opportunity to win, because like we talking about Michael Porter Jr. and even how bad the Denver Nuggets are shooting, that's very similar to how Boston played last year against Golden State in the finals. You got a whole bunch of young boys that ain't never been there before. They always talk about the lights, the pressure, the constant, like that's a lot to deal with. And even furthermore with Miami, you know, some of those role players guys had to be in the middle of that. I don't think it bode well for them, their performance. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. This is what I was thinking too, bro, because I've been watching Players Choice, which is a really good YouTube channel talking about hoops and stuff. And what they were saying, the logic was this with Jimmy Butler. That's why I kept hearing it. Like, yo, who else could have did what Jimmy did? You replaced this guy with Jimmy on this team. You think they go into the finals? And that's what the logic kept going up there, right? And so one day I went up there to they have an open gym session where you can go up there. And I was like, listen, if you go by that logic, could this player have done it? Could KD have taken this team? You'd be like, probably not. Could this player have taken this team? Probably not. But the thing is like this. If you run these finals back, son, and I asked one of the guys who's a Heat fan, do you think Miami back in the finals with this, you run everything back the same? I don't think they get past Milwaukee. So it's like you're taking like a slim margin chance and then going all the way. And then people were trying to elevate Jimmy like, bro, who could really do what Jimmy just did right now, taking his team to the finals? I'm talking about how the conversation was a week ago. You're talking about beating Milwaukee, beating the Knicks, beating Boston. It's like, bro, that's kind of tough, son. But the thing is, you needed like a lot of things to fall into place. You know what I'm saying? For it to happen.
Yeah. It's fact. I mean, it was a Cinderella story. You know, they did incredible things to get there, bro.
For sure. I mean, heck of a run. Had they won, bro, I was thinking it's probably the best run all time. You know what I'm saying?
8 seed. Come on, son. Yeah,
for sure. But also, you talking about beating like basically the top 3 teams in the league.
That's what I'm saying. They had a tough road. It wasn't even like, they lucked around. Nah, they beat the 3 best teams, the best record.
Both number 1 seeds because Denver's number 1, Milwaukee's number 1, and then Boston was number 2 seeds. So you're talking about beating the top 3 teams in the league.
And Boston, I think, had a better record than Denver, didn't they?
That's what I'm saying. I think so. Yeah, bro. So it would have been crazy, man. It would have been crazy how they pull it off, but they came back to earth. And here's one thing I want to get into a little bit of the Jokic praise too, man, because even though they weren't shooting the 3 ball well, one thing I saw was that the Jokic inside was just too consistent and too effective, bro. And we're going to get into Skip later, as you see in the thumbnail. And I saw Skip today. You know who he talked about was still the best player in the world, son?
Don't say Kevin Durant, bro.
No. Worse, even. Joel Embiid. He said Embiid the best player. I said, boy.
Stop it, bro.
I wish I could. If you listen on Spotify, listen. Come back and watch
it.
Bro, no way, son. No way.
One time for Skip. What are you talking about, bro?
That was crazy, bro. Because here's the thing, bro. To me, Jokic has shown an ability to be like a resilient scorer. You know what I'm saying? Like He really can't stop this guy.
Mentally, he's just way tougher. I mean, look at bro. We're gonna talk about dude don't even halfway care. Like you talking about pressure. Pressure didn't even almost exist for this guy.
Facts. But he also has the skill set too, because even like Giannis, right? Giannis, he doesn't have the same post work as Jokic or touch like outside the rim, So if you can kind of get your defense set in the half court and then you send a double at him, he's also not as good a passer, even though he's a good passer as Jokic. So the thing is with Jokic, you can't even really sit a double because he's too good of a passer. Whereas I saw in the Celtics series, the Celtics versus the Sixers, I saw the double team effect in Embiid, man. Like the double team, he kind of was like folding a little bit and like shying away from the ball.
Yeah, no. The answer is just no. It's not. It's not Joel Embiid.
Even Giannis too, though, bro. I saw Giannis in that closeout game against Miami not want the ball because he's a bad free throw shooter, man. He missed a lot of free throws and he was running from the ball, like actually, you know what I'm saying?
So what I'm saying is, where your stance at? Is he the
best?
My
stance, I think it's got to be Jokic. I'm getting to it right now because I think it's got to be Jokic the best player. I thought Giannis before, but the reason I'm gonna go Jokic now and probably Giannis too is because we saw Giannis's weakness get exploited in a way that Jokic just could not. On the offensive end, there's really nothing you can do like with Jokic. You got to really just hope he miss or have Embiid guard him. I think Embiid or even maybe Giannis a little stronger than AD.
This the crazy thing now, bro.
What's up?
When situations like this always arise, it always shakes the balance of the NBA.
Okay.
And I was saying that last year because I really was hoping that Boston won last year. Same thing for this year is because, a new champion creates a new somebody to beat. And
real quick, too, let me share a stat I saw too, and then continue. They said this is the first time since 1977 where the last 5 champions have been 5 different teams. First time since 77.
It's wide open, bro.
Yeah,
it's wide open. The question is, dang.
My bad. No, my bad.
I'm like, yo, shoot. But I mean, ultimately,
you were saying you were hoping Boston won.
This is what I was going to say. My point is. Does teams get big bodies just for Yoke, like people used to do for Shaq, like people do for Steph? Like what I'm saying is that now that these guys have actually broken through, you got to imagine that next year they're going to be right here.
Especially between Milwaukee or Denver, one of these junkers is going to be in the finals next year. Got to be. You know what I'm saying?
like what I'm saying. I'm not even talking about. I'm more talking about like the West. Than I am the East, because the East don't got to fight with them all the way up. They might be like, hey, we'll get a big body, but we'll worry about that when we get to the finals if we, when we get there. But to get out of the West, right? The Lakers seeing, AD just, whew, you know what I'm saying? He been carving people up for 2 years. He's two-time MVP regular season. So is on notice right now. And now that he's actually broke through, do you think that they're going to be teams constructing their anti-Jokic?
I think so. The thing is, I feel like the Lakers actually, it's so crazy too. I feel like they just didn't make as much shots in the finals because I think the Lakers actually do have a good personnel, but our offense kind of let us down a little bit, which maybe you can say the same thing about Miami. Because I feel like we at least have.
I still feel like Boston could have beat them, bro.
Yeah, no, also Boston too. Yeah, Boston with the 2 bigs.
Boston at their peak. If Boston, this is the problem with Boston. You got to have an asterisk. If Boston plays at their best and Denver plays at their best, I still give Boston a chance.
I can see that, but they're bad. Like I said, bro, the way even went through Miami, bro.
They're best, bro. Think about it, bro. Bro, Tatum, the 50 ball.
I can see that.
Brown, defensively at their best.
Jokic at his best, though, is like what he did to the Lakers when he had that like double in the first quarter. He had like 20 and 14 in the first. It's like
no, it's nasty though. But what I'm saying is that you gotta also put you talking about best offensively and defensively.
Sure.
Right. So it's not just also. Yeah, he did that against the Lakers, and AD ain't no slouch defensively. But
he's too small. I think he's just too undersized for Jokic.
But I just think like as a team defense, I mean. Boston had the best team defense in the playoffs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like ratings wise, like they had, like when you put all their guys together and you got Robert Williams, you got, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, like
Yeah, White was first team all defense, I think, this year. First or second team all defense. You got
That's what I'm saying. Marcus Smart has been a defensive player of the year.
Horford's really
Brown,
good
Tatum, Horford, Long.
Horford, yeah, like Williams, they would have did something for Jokic too. I would have liked to see that matchup. Actually, I would have.
Even Al Horford played Embiid very well in that series. Like he's a very smart defender. So I'm telling you, bro. And I know it's like, oh, okay, you will like Boston, but like I like them because I saw some potential. I saw them as like what Denver's doing right now. I was like, yo, I thought they did that. I was going to do that last year, and then they was going to come back and be like, well, what are we going to do to stop Boston? Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. We don't have the wings. We don't have the length. Like
this gets me to it, bro. A lot of guys got exposed, bro. They talk about Jaylen Brown, force him left, son. Just force him left. My boy was turning that ball over like crazy. People got exposed this playoff something too. And that's why I got to go with Jokic being the best player of the league because I didn't see him get exploited enough, bro. Like there was no way, even defensively, he wasn't like Curry or somebody where it's like, oh, it's just go to him. It's an easy bucket. He still was playing smart enough. Like there was no way on either end of the court to like exploit him. There was no exploitation
that you can do. Is he a top? What everybody's saying, is he top 5 center of all time?
Right, not now. Top 5, but I can see top 10. Even top 5 is gonna be tough to crack, man. Center? The center position is the most stacked position, bro. If you think about it, bro, the center position might have like 4 guys in the top 10 all time, any position, 4 of them centers. You know what I'm saying? So it's the toughest position to crack that top 10. But I think he does go ahead of guys like, well, you might have already had him ahead of guys like Dwight, maybe Patrick Ewing. Definitely Patrick Ewing. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's probably in that top 10, but he's not above like Wilt, Kareem, Shaq, Hakeem, Russell. Those are 5 there, bro.
Hakeem?
Nah, I think the defensive edge, bro, for Hakeem, man, because I feel like the defensive edge for Hakeem, he's not there yet, man. And also, you got
I feel you saying yeah. I guess what I'm saying is like
David Robinson.
What I'm saying is like, bro, if he continues on this trajectory,
well, that's a different question now. Like that's what I'm saying.
Is he a top? Let me put it. Is he a top 5 talent center?
Well, this is the conversation they've been having on, like I said, the player's choice, man, which I agree with. The guy was saying that Jokic has a top 10 offensive player of all time, just offense in general. And I'm like, the way they lay out our argument, bro, if you think about the efficiency plus the fact that he can post mid-range 3 and assist plus offensive rebounding, you're gonna put up, because actually the headline was the guy, he said he was saying he better than Kobe offensively, bro. He had Kobe better. But he said, if you talk about just offense, nothing else, the peak, and also was the peak as well, because of course Kobe did it for way longer, so you may take Kobe.
But you got to factor that in too. But
last 2 years of Jokic, what we've seen,
yeah. Talking about
he's up there, bro. He don't got nowhere you can stop. There's nothing you can do, bro. At least in this NBA, maybe if you had, it's really just a handful of guys.
This is what I'm saying. This is why it's so beautiful, right? Is because Steph Curry, the 3-point shooting, that went into small ball.
For sure.
You know, Houston was like, oh, shoot, if we all just trying to shoot threes, I'm going to put PJ Tucker out here. And then, you know, Draymond Green was like, yeah, I can shoot. I play the 5 too. Like, it created this, wow, we just need to space the floor out. So we're going to get as much shooter on the court as we can. We don't care if we sacrifice size.
Yeah.
Inserts, Jokic, Joel Embiid, right? Like,
between Jokic, Joel Embiid, and Giannis, you're gonna need a big to like compete, bro. You're gonna need some big men.
You're gonna need it, bro.
The big man is back, and that's funny because I know for years people have been saying, "Oh, the big man going away." But bro, like to me, the top 2 guys in the league is bigs.
It's just
you know what I'm saying?
It's just evolved. You know what I'm saying?
Wemby coming out. Wemby's a big. You know what I'm saying? Wemby's 7'5". You know what I mean? Like, bro,
is he a big though, son?
He's a tall, at minimum. So he's
a tall. I mean, he a tall one.
He's a super tall too.
He's super tall, bro.
He is super tall.
It's gonna be interesting to see. I mean, everybody. I know I'm gonna be locked in. Like, is like, what is he gonna look like on the NBA court?
For sure.
Is it gonna be so like such a big contrast like we've been seeing in them highlights? Them highlights, it's just like it's not even fair.
But see, with the highlights too, the thing is. And that's why, to me, the post game and us, you know, even though we're not like taller than them, both bigger guys, we play in the post, man, because it's just so effective, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
if you know what you're doing,
it's effective, bro, and you can't really stop it too much. Whereas the mid-range jumpers and the threes can come and go, and that's why Jokic is just like, okay, if nothing else working, son, I can put my head down and get to the rim easily and effectively. You know what I'm saying?
And then they put slashers, Aaron Gordon, stuff like that on them that are athletic. If they come running in, he's pump faking, hit them, dump down, dunk. Easy work.
I'm saying he's so good as a passer that you can't double. And the thing is, when Bam was on him, or heck, when Cody Zeller was getting eaten alive out there, it's like, bro, like help. Like you, even if the game plan is not to help, it's just in your inclination. Once you see a guy getting ragdolled, you're like, bro, hold on, like, yo, help, son. You know, send a double. You got to, bro. So let me hit you with a few stats real quick here, man, before we move on, bro. It says Jokic finished the playoffs averaging 52.9 points, rebounds, and assists per game. That's the second most in NBA history for the playoffs, only trailing Wilt Chamberlain, who was at 59, so 7 points higher. Also, Jokic is the first player in NBA history to lead all players in points, rebounds, and assists in a single postseason. First player ever to do all three categories. So you just talk about the complete dominance overall.
Right.
And then Murray has some good stats too. Murray for the playoffs, bro, 26, 7, and 6 for the playoffs, bro. Like, you know, yo, Murray's tough, bro. They got a good squad over there, bro. They got a good squad.
His tough shot making is next level.
Tough shots, bro. And he got good footwork too. A lot of fadeaways. He's a really good free throw shooter, 3-point shooter. And then even he got some sneaky bounce too, man. He'll dunk it on you too, bro. He's like a really good player, man. And it's crazy because even Jokic, people are talking about like toughest titles to win. You know, no one on their team has ever made an all-star team, or not the stars. DeAndre Jordan has, but he not, you know, starting.
Right.
But yeah, it's kind of crazy. But Murray, he's definitely an all-star caliber player for sure.
No, absolutely.
And next year he'll make it, bro.
Yeah, he's gonna make it. He's gonna be a starter just off the like this itself is gonna be like, hey.
Denver is on people's radar now for years to come, man. So real quick too, man, as we're getting ready to move on here. We saw Jokic celebrating, or his lack of celebration also afterwards. And so we have a video to show you guys. If you haven't seen this video already, it's pretty funny. This is them in the post game in the locker room celebrating. You know, everybody has the goggles on, the champagne and everything. And Jokic is kind of like excited, not really.
Guys like Contagious, Caldwell Pope to get in on those plays on some of those turnovers. So they weren't playing at a high efficiency level early on.
I never in my life, yo, yeah, let's see it one more time. I never in my life seen this
on some of those turnovers. So they weren't playing at a high efficiency level early on.
Bro, even he didn't seem that excited right after them when they asked him, how does it feel? Literally on the court right after the game ends, because I was watching that. You know what he said? He was like, it feels good. Now we can go home. Like direct quote. That was a direct quote saying, now we can go home. He talked about home so many times, bro. So
he homesick, man. I can respect that. The NBA season is long, bro. Like I think look. I feel like it's easy to be like, oh, bro, you in America, it's cool, but like, bro, this dude is literally outside of his comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he's there. He's outside his comfort zone for a long time, bro. Deep into the playoffs. You've been playing basketball all year.
Yeah, since probably October, September, he probably been here and not in Serbia, his home country. But here's the thing, bro. You gotta have some sort of stuff. Even Kawhi, bro. Everybody talk about Kawhi being a robot. What did Kawhi do once he hit that shot? So my boy almost had an egg. Like my boy was, he hit that shot. He was yell. All he could do was yell like, like you gotta have some sort of emotion, bro. You win the championship, bro. Come on, my boy. Like,
nah, bro. Hey, listen, that's Jokic, bro. That's why he's gonna be a monster because he not too. You can't get him too high. You can't get him too low. My man is steady.
Did you see the picture after the game too, bro?
Nah, what is it?
Bro, you know how they take a picture with the team afterwards and everybody's sitting there, and then I know like pictures in the past with Curry, with the Finals MVP trophy, LeBron, different people that win it, they're sitting there with the team photo, bro. This man is way in the back, not even holding the trophy. Bro,
he in the corner, like he got his son on his back, like, hey, my kid is here. I'm cool, dog.
Bro, they showed one picture where it was front view, and I was like, hold on, I don't see Jokic. I had to look for that picture with Leland ceiling. Maybe I could put it on the screen where, like, bro, he's in the way back, and he's not even holding his trophy. You got to at least hold the Finals MVP trophy, bro. Mike Malone holding it. He like, bro, you can hold that. Like, come on, son. You're not gonna hold the trophy at least, Leland?
Nah, listen. This is the crazy thing, bro.
What's up?
Hey, I know this is gonna sound crazy. You're gonna be like, yeah, okay, bro. But I don't know. Like, I like it. Like, I would. I'm not gonna say I would do something like that because this seems very extreme.
This is crazy, Zach.
But like, I don't know. I like it. It's just like it's different. It's like, bro, listen, like I ain't worried. Like,
yeah, here's the thing though, bro. Listen, I get you on basketball not being everything, right? That's fair. Basketball not everything, but it is something, my boy. Like, you know, people get
no, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's impressive how unmoved he was. Like, what are you doing here? You don't like the basketball that much? Like, people cry when they win a championship.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Murray was crying. Aaron Gordon was crying. People crying. All this stuff. Jokic, man, it's time to go home, man. We can go. Even
next year
when they talked about the trophy, when they talked about the parade and celebration,
he was
said,
mad.
Yeah, they said, oh, he's like, oh, you was sticking around for the celebration? He's like, when is the celebration? They said Thursday. He was like, oh, Thursday, my goodness. I'm trying to Thursday.
I'm trying to go home, guys.
That's crazy.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, man, look, man.
But even his brothers was hype, son. His brothers they lifted up Coach Malone and stuff. Like everyone except him is hype, son. Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of crazy, bro. It's uncanny.
No, it's crazy. It's a crazy thing, man. I mean, I don't know. I guess it goes back to the same thing. Like people always talk about. People don't talk about it enough. Is like what is actually going on in the psyche. Like these are individuals. These are people. Like you know how you do. You ain't never been at work. You ain't got like you don't know what's on this dude's head. Honestly. You don't really know what's on this guy's head, on his mind, on his thought process. He could have had a bad day. He could have argued with his wife early that morning. You don't know what he like. You know what I'm saying? There could be just like, man, I'm cool on it.
Yeah. Now I did see one video of him kind of throwing Jamal Murray in a pool. So I was like, okay, he celebrated a little bit at least. Because I was I was getting a little worried. Like, hold on, this is kind of crazy. But I saw that video at least. So, and
bro, I mean, historic run, and he just shrugging it off like.
And the thing is, too, bro, I'm not gonna be like one of those people saying I can't say he don't love basketball either because you can't get to his level, bro. Especially the improvements he's made year after year. You know what I'm saying? And even like I think between last year and this year, they say he lost like 35 pounds. Like even that commitment to health and stuff. You can't not love the game and be this good.
Skilled. He's supremely skilled. I mean,
he's got to work at that.
His ball handling, his dribble, like for a guy that size.
And the vision,
very impaired.
Is crazy. It's elite. That's what I'm saying. You gotta work at that, especially if you think about where he came from, bro. It wasn't like he came in as a blue chipper, but it's just natural talent. He's a second round pick who worked his way up. So that to me shows me at least a commitment to hours put in the gym. Like it ain't just like I rolled out of bed. I'm like this, son. Like, nah, he really be working at this joint. You know what I mean?
The only thing I do not like about Jokic, bro.
What's that, bro?
They gave my man his number, bro. And that's so whack, bro.
You know what? I was thinking, it might be over for your boy too, my boy. We talk about.
No, it's been over. When they drafted this kid that's undrafted and let him get number 15, I was like, the disrespect is real, bro.
We talking about Melo, Carmelo Anthony played years in Denver and wore the same number as Jokic, but
it's a wrap, bro. A chip? Come on, son. It's a wrap. The first chip ever.
Could you see both? I could see possibly both numbers. Could you see possibly both numbers going up there? Also,
no. Like, bro, what I'm saying is if they were going to do it, they would have did it. They're not going to do it years later after Jokic don't win 5 championships with in number 15. They're not going to be like, you know what? But Melo too, bro. He got us that Western Conference.
Did you see in the little, they had a little Denver Nuggets little thing through the years. They did have Melo in there. Did you see that right after the game ended? They had like a little. It was a nice little tribute video, almost of like, you know how they roll out the little videos when the team wins. So this one had like Nuggets through the years, and Melo had like 2 or 3 seconds on there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's tough.
He has to, bro. What you mean?
Well, you talking about now that Jokic wearing number 15? I don't know, son.
They just did him dirty, man. That's what I'm saying. Like,
that is wild, though. That's wild. Especially a second round pick. It wasn't like he was a lottery. Like, nah, son, I want 15. Like, yeah, you might have to. Early on, give him that thing, but
yeah, bro.
Hey, yo, real quick too, man, or not even real quick, but another headline where we're talking about Shannon Sharpe leaving Undisputed with Skip, man. So it was a tearful apology he had this morning. And here's the thing: this news has been out for a couple of weeks. You've seen this news, right?
Yeah.
I did not think they meant after the finals ended. They meant the next day. I thought for sure he was gonna finish the week out. I thought for sure the week he gonna finish the week because the reports were. Once the finals ends, that'll be it. He'll stay till after the finals. It's like literally day after he was like, "Yeah, guys." So
yeah, I heard the reports, like people talking about it, but I never caught like where it was announced. What like at first I thought it was something like abrupt, like the way that people were talking about was like, "Oh, it's abrupt," and I was like, "Oh, like." I'm like,
it was kind of abrupt. So it was actually a buyout agreement. He reached a buyout agreement with Fox Sports. This got announced maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, and then it was always announced he was just going to stay on until after the finals. But like I said, I didn't know it meant like as soon as the finals in, this is it, son. I thought for sure I was like, okay, Shannon probably finish out the week. He was like, nah, son, this is my last day because they haven't said anything on the show. But one other thing to note for the audience as well is that they said that Club Shay Shay, his podcast, which has over 1 million subscribers, Ed will be coming with them. And I even listened to that last episode, which we're going to get into probably next week, the episode with D Wade. He did say at the beginning of it, he was like, I'm your host, Shannon Sharpe, and I'm the proprietor of Club Shay Shay. He said that this week. I was like, oh, you want to talk that talk, Shannon? This is my podcast, and it's coming with me because he built that joint up, bro. He built that joint up from nothing, bro. So he's leaving, man. What you think? What you think? Shannon Sharpe leaving Undisputed.
I mean, one, at first when I watched the video of him, like, you know, giving his speech out. I was actually I don't remember it being 7 years, man. That's impressive. Like I don't know why it doesn't feel like that. That's
true.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't feel like it's been that long, but that's really it was heartfelt, man. You know what I'm saying? It was everything was cool. It was a little bit like, yo, I don't know if you was right. I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but the dynamic, the energy between him and Skip, like while it was very professional, and I feel like they said the things that they actually mean, I don't feel like they mean those things right now, if that makes sense.
I noticed it, bro. So yo, hear me out, son. Hear me out, bro. I think Shannon definitely not rocking with Skip. There was a tweet actually a couple weeks ago when this announcement first came out that Shannon ended up liking. So this is what the tweet says. It says, I just saw some of it. Shannon Sharpe has outgrown Skip Bayless. He is far superior. He has a wonderfully bright future ahead. Bayless, meanwhile, won't find another partner. His career will nosedive because he is a POS, a piece of blank. You know what I'm saying? And so Shannon liked that tweet, which is kind of crazy. So here's the thing, bro.
That's crazy.
Shannon ain't rocking with Skip. I listened to this thing twice. It's a 7-minute clip on YouTube. You guys can see it. And here's the thing I noticed, bro. He said, I love you to a lot of people, but not to Skip, my boy. And Skip at the end said, love you, man. He was like, appreciate you. Literally. Skip said, I love you, man. He said, I appreciate you.
Well, this was the telltale for me, bro.
What's up?
When Skip was saying his whole piece, like it seemed like Shannon was like a little checked out. I mean, in fact, he was trying to get his daughters to come up. If you look, he's like that's pointing through the camera. Like what I'm saying is like, all right, if it's me and you, bro, we on the show together. And I'm like, bro, I'm out of here, man. It's been 7 years. We done built this thing up, and you know, we came together, and I'm sitting here talking to you in your face.
Hold on real quick, yo. Hey, yo. No. I'm saying that's what I would do, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I would be like,
hold on real quick. Yeah, he telling me something. Go ahead, bro.
Go ahead, bro.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. You were saying,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. The dude, like, you know, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think like what they were saying, the context of what they were saying was very genuine to probably how they're gonna feel a year or two from now. You know, looking back on the situation, even you think about like Stephen A. and Skip, like they clearly had a beef, they clearly separated, all that good stuff. But like, if they talk about it now, there's a lot of respect there, and I feel like it's going to be the exact same thing. But today, in that moment, I guarantee you, bro, they didn't feel that. Like, like the dude, like he was saying, Skip. I mean, first of all, he said Shannon was like, not last but not least, Skip, and then literally. Right after Skip said something, he had like a list of other people to talk about.
Bro, that's what I'm saying, bro. So he gave everyone else genuine stuff. He was like, yo, man, this person, you'd always come to me in the elevator, man, and you would say this. But here's the thing, bro. I think Skip, just first of all, y'all, I don't like Skip. And this is further. I ain't like Skip for years now. I ain't rocking with Skip because here's the thing. I even saw somewhere where they said they don't talk on the show, and Skip trying to keep it professional, so they don't literally have any conversations outside of what they say on the show. Their first time speaking to each other every morning is that, hey, how's it going, Mr. Sharpe? That's a weird dynamic to me, bro. And I know what Skip's doing. That's what, like, imagine we don't say nothing else in pre-production until we hit record, and hey, man, what's going on? And I don't see nothing to you after either. I just go to my joint. In between commercial breaks, don't even talk, bro. I saw Skip Bayless say it on his show too. Like, they don't talk at all, son. And this is before even things got bad. That was kind of Skip. Skip just a little cuckoo, man. He said he just want to keep that intensity up and stuff. Like, bro, what you talking sports? What you think this is, son? Hey,
it's a little I mean, the way they were talking about you worked every day. I mean, first of all, let me put it like this. I can tell you off the rip. Skip Bayless is a unique individual, or at least an extreme individual, because he always talks about. He's always talking about fitness and health and not eating this, and not drinking, and waking up at 5. Like I'm not saying anything's wrong with your health and your fitness, but there are some like fitness freaks, like you know what I'm saying, like they like no, I need to do X my macros, blah 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 blah. So that tells me something about an individual
for sure.
Not to say that it didn't serve him well. I mean, bro, he's got an amazing career. He's been doing it for a long time. He's old as heck. So like, the fact that he's still doing it is kind of
71, man. Look good for 71, bro.
No, I mean, it's probably a testament to how crazy he is, but that it doesn't matter. Like, even when we talk about Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan, like there is some level of like, another perfect example. We talk about like the pivot, Chris Paul. Like there's like Chris Paul rubs people the wrong way because he's so intense and competitive. And so I can imagine, you look at somebody like Skip, the way they were talking, like he was like, yeah, you committed to the thing. You've been working hard. You up studying late. Like, all right, dog, like cool. But
my thing is this though, I got way more respect because Skip always be hitting other. He always be trying to put his athletic accomplishments like, bruh, I used to run a marathon. I used to have plantar, like, so I know what LeBron's foot, like, bro, you don't know that you ain't the same caliber of athlete as no LeBron James. And you running your marathons for leisure is not the same as these professional athletes out here really getting it, bro. He always be trying to compare himself. Well, I had this same injury, and I'm telling you, not that, bro.
Change the thing at the bottom. Say Avery bashes Avery gets off.
I got smoke for Skip Bayless, man. Get this guy up out of here, bro.
Avery roast Skip Bayless on Shannon Sharpe last day, son.
Because, bro, he make it seem like, yes, I can see Chris Paul, like, bro. And here's the thing with Skip. It's not like, remember Acho and Wiley when they had like a really good debate format? Y'all come up here and debate Tom Brady, LeBron James, the Cowboys. How much prep you really got to do in intensity? You know what I'm saying?
That is kind of facts, bro.
It's not like you
really did kind of like the same every day.
And Wiley were like, I said Marcellus Wiley and Emmanuel Acho were actually like going back and forth. Good point, but did you consider this? And they'd actually address each other's points and stuff. Skipping him just be like, well, back in 2010, and you know what I'm saying? It's like, bro,
or they find some way to like throw the jab in and be like, well, he not like LeBron.
But they're not addressing the points though. It's not like a really good debate per se. You know what I'm saying? That's why I've been tuned out to Undisputed for a while. Like, and now that Shannon's not on there, I feel like there's probably no way I'm gonna watch Undisputed again, man. Unless another guest. But even still, when Skip's parts came on, I always clicked off it, bro.
This guy's boycotting the shows.
He just too much of a troll, bro. He too much of a bro. I told you, he said Embiid's the best player today. How we saw Embiid get guarded by Grant Williams was guarding Embiid, son. Come on, bro.
Listen. I think Skip Bayless is a product of his own environment, bro. Like he's a contrarian, bro. Here's
the thing.
He's literally gotta have a take.
Bro, he the one who pioneered this joint, bro. Low key. Kevin Durant tweeted I think a year ago or months ago, we're talking about the sports media is toxic. Bro, the face of that is Skip Bayless. I'm telling you, bro. We talk about toxic sports media and we critiquing players to the death. Skip did that himself. You talking about here product and environment. He the one who did it, son. That's like
what I'm saying is, bro, like he's doing his job and he does his job well. Like you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like infamous, famous. Like in this scene, like being hated is equally as profitable as being loved.
Let me tell you this though, bro. Let me tell you this. I'm thinking about everything now because we didn't talk about this on the podcast.
Everything.
Yeah, everything. I got more smoke, man. Clip this up, son. Yo, hear me out, man. Here's the thing, bro. Even when they went to you notice they haven't done live shows for a while. My thing is this with Skip. When you make a reputation off hate, bro, I feel like it's just not. You can be lucrative and financial, but like, what does it really profit you if you got no friend? I don't know how to skip social life, but I know this. Athletes ain't rocking with him because we've seen him throw Dak Prescott's jersey in the trash.
Lil Wayne rocking with him though.
Somehow, and I don't know. So it's true. Lil Wayne, for whatever reason, love that man. Also, Lil Wayne said racism ain't real, so I don't know about his judgment. As a rapper, saying phenomenal. As everything else, I don't know really what to say about Wayne, but it's true. Somehow Wayne rocking with him, but no one else, bro. That's why Shannon has all these phenomenal guests on his podcast.
Debate.
Shannon goes out to events. Skip talking about he ain't been to a live sporting event in so long. And bro, even this year when the Super Bowl was in, I think it was in Arizona, when you go back and watch the episodes, bro, as soon as the crowd came on, bro, Shannon was like just killing it, bro. He had them laughing, all kind of stuff. People laugh. It was just like this. And then when Skip talked, it was just like he can't even compete, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like the amount of love people have for Shannon versus Skip when you build that career off hate. Even to me, Stephen A is also a talking piece, but I don't think Stephen A is just hate. Like he not known for. I mean, I guess he's known for that Kwame Brown take and stuff like that, but still not day to day. Stephen A don't just come on there necessarily exclusively hating, because to me it's like this. Skip he hates LeBron, he hates Steph Curry, he been hating on Jokic, he been hating on Patrick Mahomes. You're talking about all the Dame Lillard, all their actually really great players. Skip is like, I don't know, son. I don't know. It's like, bro, what? You know what I'm saying? So that's why to me, good riddance to Skip, man. Good riddance to Skip, man.
Good riddance to Skip, bro. That's
yo, we not watching no more, bro. It's over for you, Skip. Shannon Sharpe, yo, he took that.
It's like you trying to push in there. We not watching. Who's we, cuz?
Go on the YouTube. It's a lot of people that said they was a lot of people was like, well, that's it.
Me and yo, hear me out. We ain't with you no more.
We not watching you no more, son. Ain't nobody rocking with you, bro. The DeMar Hamlin tweets, the way you disrespected Shannon Sharpe, Skip Bayless, bro. It's a lot, man. It's a lot, man. People ain't.
I feel like you might fight Skip Bayless if you see him, bro. Like, what?
Charles Barkley now. Even Charles Barkley, I feel like the nicest guy ever. He's Charles. You know, he be talking about Skip a lot too, man. You know, talking about he would kill him and stuff. He done said some wild stuff a little bit. So
no,
I'm not to that level. But
I don't know, man. If you had a day, if you could debate Skip Bayless, would you say?
Oh, 100%. I'm tearing him up too, bro. Because the thing is, he don't be talking about, bro, 100%. What? I'm ready for whatever topic, bro. Because that's the thing. And even to me, Shannon was great. But, bro, I dive deep into the numbers, man. Listen, I feel like that's the only thing. Shannon, to me, he's phenomenal. But I feel like he didn't necessarily go with the stats the way he should have. There was some things Skip say was like, oh, I could easily just shut this down, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could just easily throw a number at this and, hey, what you going to say? And then I'm going to hold you to it. You're not about to wiggle out of my point. I'm going to keep on saying this point. The thing is, it wouldn't be good for TV. It'd be like, yo, oh, my God. Like, it might be good for the first time.
This guy's rough.
Yo, he really going at him. So, like, nah, address this point, Skip. Address this point. And Skip, I'm done, you know? So
that's craziness, bro.
That's the other thing, man. They said Skip had creative control and stuff too of the show, man. And basically he decides all the topics and all this stuff. So I can see Shannon outgrowing that too. And matter of fact, bro, on the It Is What It Is podcast, Stephen A was on there with Cameron and Mace, and he said they asked him, would you ever work with Skip again? He said no. And essentially his answer was like, he's the executive producer of First Take and decides everything. So you can't come from, I'm calling all the shots. If you work with someone else, they're going to want to call all the shots. When you get to that level and you're going to want to call all the shots, it's going to be a clash. Right. So even with Skip and Shannon, Skip was still the headliner. Marcellus Wiley talked about this, and he like pretty much did everything. All the topics, everything was up to Skip. And so Shannon has got to the point where like he deserves to have that cachet and like that. Like talk about what you want to talk about.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You make your own show.
His own show, essentially. He needs his own show where he's the headliner and not just the second fiddle. And with Skip, that was never going to happen either. And then plus Skip was disrespecting him. So, hey, man. Good riddance, Skip. We see you on the flip side, man.
Hey, Carl, I just said in the chat, man. Poor Skip, bro. Poor Skip, man. You blasting him right now, son.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, listen, if all the things that happened, I think both Stephen A and Shannon both said, like, bro, he literally put him on, son. Like, there's got to be something. You got it. Like for him to be such a hateful individual, like he done made a couple people career by just opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
It's a fact. That's a fact, yo. That's a fact. He did help them out. You know what I'm saying? He put them on. That's what Shannon said. Shannon said the same. You talked about him not saying the same thing. Like, that's what Shannon said. I didn't see these comments until now. I'm thinking everyone's saying in the chat. Well, all right, I'm done, man. I didn't.
That's all. You done now, cuz?
Yo, who did I have smoke on before too? Oh, Draymond. Yeah, Draymond and Skip. These are two sports.
Draymond Green and Skip Bayless. Don't say that around Avery.
Yo, that I'm really not rocking with, man. But that's it for me, man. But yo, good luck to Shannon. I'm excited. Wherever he go next, I'm gonna be watching. I hope it's dope, man. I hope he gets somewhere soon.
Should he even go somewhere next, man? I feel like, man, all that effort and work, man, just kill your podcast and be done.
True, but I want to see Shannon day to day with the podcast too, actually talking about sports. You know what I'm saying? The podcasts have more been like just about people's lives, which are cool. It's actually a really good podcast, but
no, it's good.
I do want to see him daily talking about sports and not just interviewing certain people, because you have certain people he's interviewed that I'm not necessarily interested in per se, but I am interested in sports and the topics. So yeah, that's it, man.
It's going to be interesting to see. I'd be curious to see what he does next.
Yeah.
The good ones don't go too far. Even what's now, I seen Rachel Nichols, like she with Showtime Sports.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's like the good ones, like the people, if you got a following, man, you got people that want to actually hear what you got to say. Once you built that up, it's hard to just not. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. But even Showtime, I don't know how much money you're getting, but sometimes there is something to be said about being on ESPN. Then when you go to like somewhere like lesser known, you know what I mean? Unless you build up, like Showtime Basketball has what they have. What's it called?
Steven
Jackson. Also KG's over there too, right?
I think so. KG, that joint was great, that joint was mad. That joint was crazy. I didn't even watch. I watched that clip from Paul Pierce from Stephen A.
It's worse than that. Stephen, I saw it too. He only showed a little bit, bro.
I was like,
I'm gonna send you the video, bro. It's a whole like 7-minute video of Paul wilding out, saying Paul and then KG trying to rein him in.
Bruh, somebody got to get my man Paul Pierce, bro. Somebody give him a lifeline.
I'm gonna send you that clip. Listen, next week we'll talk about that, guys. Because listen, sports is pretty much over now. NBA is over. Leland, for whatever reason, don't rock with the NFL like that. So this summer we're gonna be getting into a lot of the.
Why you say it like that, bro? Like for whatever reason,
the most popular sports in the U.S., bro. I'm just saying, you don't rock with it, dog. That's kind of wild.
It's kind of boring, bro. Honestly.
Well, listen, that's what I'm saying, guys. So stick around with us. We're going to keep the Would You Rathers coming. We're going to keep the funny topics. We got a lot of good topics in the tuck. So every week we have a little list and we keep pushing back some good ones. And so we're going to get into them.
Please, if there's a comment, a conversation, there's a Would You Rather, there's a topic, something funny, y'all send it to us, man. Instagram, YouTube,
Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. What up, though?
For sure. We out there. We out there. But anyway, guys, we appreciate y'all, of course, for tuning in. It's been another episode. We appreciate you guys, man. Like, subscribe, share, tune in. Let us know what you think. We'll be back next week. Y'all have a blessed week.
For sure. Peace.
We out.